In our special report tonight, police officers need a search warrant to search the medicine cabinet in your home, but an investigation from our Scripps Washington Bureau found dozens of states that let law enforcement tap into your electronic prescriptions without a warrant or probable cause. And it's happening right here in Michigan. Senior national investigative correspondent Mark Greenblatt investigates these unprescribed intrusions.
I had no idea that a police officer, just on a whim, could go into my medical records.
Utah firefighters Ryan Pyle and Marlon Jones had their lives turned upside down.
I could have lost my family. I could have lost my career.
While local police were investigating the theft of prescription drugs from an area fire department in 2013. With no suspects, they turned to the state's database that tracks prescription drug records and conducted a warrantless search into the prescription drug histories of all 480 fire department employees.
He said, just so you know, we've looked at your medical records and we feel you're taking medications inappropriately.
Both Jones and Pyle were charged with felonies, not for the thefts, but for charges related to doctor shopping. For Pyle and his wife, it threatened an adoption.
It was these two kids that we potentially could have lost. That's what hit the hardest.
Local Mayor Kelvin Cullimore says the police simply used the tools they had available.
We were acting purely according to the way the state law permitted us to act.
The charges were eventually dropped, but the controversy prompted Utah to change the law and require warrants. A Scripps national investigation found 31 states allowing law enforcement to tap into your confidential electronic prescription drug history without any type of judicial authorization. Nationwide, it adds up to over 340,000 searches in the past 2 years. That's 6 times the amount in states that do require judicial review. In Indiana, police simply have to provide a case number. In West Virginia, no case number is required, only a promise of an investigation. And of the 31 states that don't require a search warrant, 23 don't even audit their program. When Utah finally did an audit, the state concluded warrantless access may have resulted in questionable use in more than half of the cases sampled. But states like New Mexico don't conduct audits and don't require warrants for law enforcement.
You trust them?
Absolutely.
Mike Unthank is New Mexico's top regulator, and he says he's unaware of any abuse of the database. In fact, Albuquerque police told us they've never requested access to that database and believe it would be illegal. But state records reveal a different story.
There's a police officer who accessed it more than 30 times, getting patient information. What's going on here?
I have no idea, but I am glad you have brought this to my attention.
And so, Unthank said he'd reconsider the state's position on warrantless searches.
We need to take steps to monitor that and to audit.
Scott Michelman's an attorney for the watchdog group Public Citizen, now representing Pyle and Jones in federal litigation.
When that type of information can be rifled through by law enforcement with the power to prosecute, that's a very scary thing and something that should give all of us pause.
But as some state legislatures pass new privacy safeguards, the DEA is now trying to get around them, arguing in ongoing litigation that state laws shouldn't stop the federal agency from still tapping in without a warrant.